My name's Steve McGoy, and I'm the corporate chef with KEG Restaurants. Crab and shrimp sirloin. This is going to be a beauty. Boursin blue cheese cream sauce on top of beautiful, sweet, succulent crab meat and shrimp on a 6 or 8 ounce sirloin. I mean, you're in for a treat. This one is going to be a fun one. There's going to be a few things to review as part of this recipe, specifically the sauce. But as we have been in the last little while, last couple promos, we've been offering the guests the choice of a 6 or an 8 ounce sirloin. And we're going to do that again with this feature. You know, it's been selling wonderfully. The guests are trending towards, you know, a smaller portion size of steak, and we just feel it's the right thing to do to be offering it again. So this will be an option on the menu, a 6 or an 8 ounce sirloin. And then it'll be topped with 2 ounces of piping hot Dungeness crab meat, 4 4150 shrimp, and then 2 spears of asparagus that have been cut up and sauteed with the shrimp. So there's a few things I want to go through and walk through with you about the Boursin and blue cheese cream sauce. The first thing to note is that it's a cream sauce. So whenever we're working with cream, we need to be very cognizant of the heat that we're working with. We can't have our saute or our saucepan on piping hot the whole time. You're going to burn the sauce. And, you know, you're going to overcook some of the ingredients that go into it, and ultimately, you know, ruin what you're trying to achieve, which is a beautiful, flavorful, thick, creamy, robust cream sauce. So the steps for this sauce are: we're going to place 1 fluid ounce of olive oil into a saute pan or a saucepan. Allow that to get hot before we place our red onions and our garlic into the olive oil. Okay. Once the olive oil and the garlic are in, allow them to saute for approximately a minute. We don't want to overcook or burn the garlic. We just want to soften it up and also sweat out and soften those red onions a little bit. Once we've achieved that, we want to turn the heat down to sort of a medium to low medium, because we're going to be placing our Boursin cheese into this garlic, red onion, olive oil mixture. Boursin cheese goes in, and you just want to kind of move it around and manipulate it with a spatula a little bit, kind of press it down into the saucepan, which will sort of help the melting process a little bit, because again, we are on low heat, so, you know, expose the surface area of the cheese to the pan a little bit more. And you'll notice, once the cheese is sort of softened and melted, if you will, that's going to be our cue to pour in our 10% or half and half cream, okay? In goes the cream, and on top of the Boursin cheese, onions and garlic, and we want to bring that to temperature. Okay, again, we don't want to crank this. It'll boil over and burn and all those bad things we don't want to happen. So again, this will take a few minutes for it to come to temperature. And just as it starts to bubble a little bit, that's when we're going to place our blue cheese and our Parmesan cheese into the sauce as well. These 2 cheeses will melt and dissolve into the cream, at which point you're really going to start to see it bubble and start to just thicken. Now once the sauce has come to just boiling, we want to take it off the heat, test it by coating the back of a spoon like we do with all of our sauces, taste it of course, and at that point we're done. There's no additional seasoning that needs to be added to this sauce. There's already herbs and garlic within the Boursin cheese, and of course we've added some garlic and red onion as well. So let's just make sure we've got the right consistency by coating the back of a spoon, taste for taste, and then remove it from the heat and cool as per established procedures. So to put this dish together, there's a few things again from a timing perspective that we need to be aware of. We will have already selected our guest choice of steak, whether it be 6 or 8 ounce. That'll be going on the grill. While that's going, we need to be placing our Dungeness crab meat into the steamer, but we also need to be sauteing our 4150 shrimp and asparagus spears in clear garlic oil to get them ready to top the steak. So these 3 components need to be now completed at the same time. So again, meal completion, timing, and communication online is going to be really important with your culinary team. So again, let's make sure we review that before we get going on this promo. So to put this one all together, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be having our guest choice of accompaniment already on the plate, a 12.5-inch plate, as well as our standard garnish. And then we'll be placing either the 6 or the 8 ounce sirloin, perfectly cooked, kind of at the 6 o'clock position on the plate. From there, we'll take our piping hot Dungeness crab meat, place that beautifully on top of the steak. We'll then, using tongs, very carefully place our 4150 shrimp as well as our asparagus spears on top of that Dungeness crab meat. So we're kind of building this tower, if you will. And then to finish it off, our hero beautiful sauce, 2 ounces of that Boursin and blue cheese cream sauce gets draped over top of the asparagus, the crab, the shrimp, the steak, and it just sort of runs through all those beautiful ingredients onto the plate. Half lemon, out we go to the guest. That's going to be beautiful. So we know our guests love steak with stuff on it. And we continue to do these, and we do them because they sell well, and you know what, it's easy operationally for our culinary team to execute. Our guests are gonna love this one. It's got beautifully sweet, succulent crab meat, beautifully sauteed shrimp as well as asparagus, and a really rich, hearty, creamy, velvety sauce that gets placed over top. All the components of what you'd expect from Dungeness crab are gonna be there. I'm excited for guests to enjoy this one, and I'm excited for you as a culinary team to be working with a beautiful product, Boursin cheese, and kind of getting into that cream sauce mode. So have fun with it, be careful with it, and sell lots of it.